Alright. Alright, 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 alright. This is fine. This is fine. Zounds. Alright, I'm just gonna verify that audio is coming through. It appears to be. That's good. That is fantastic. At some point I lost the task manager, which is a bummer, but that's fine. I'm sure my PC will handle this, no problem.
Dear reader, allow me to introduce you to my book.
Am I crazy or does it sound like Tara Strong?
Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary. You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told.
Alright.
In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself.
You're telling an unfair story, huh?
That my book is special.
This sounds like an unfinished choose your own adventure.
It is in that way that you are special.
Having a sentient book / a game itself just say that I am special. I feel less special.
For you, there is no story.
Alright.
Chapter 1. Normal isn't what it used to be.
Oh man, we're following the monomyth here, aren't we?
It's a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines. Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luca Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason.
I can jump! First day of summer vacation. Start middle school next year, I guess. I was 6 years old when you died. This game opens up with a suck in the face. Alright. It's been 6 years now. You're up. Well, been gone longer than you were here. It feels like that should mean something. I always said this tree was your favorite spot in the world. Me too. I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo was Luca's closest friend.
Thank you, narrator.
He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them.
Who the fuck has time for subtlety? Well, after I banged on your door till your grain answered, and after I checked the pond, and climbed up the treehouse, I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes, and the flowers on the grave.
Oh, yeah. Right. Your mom always did this on your dad's birthday. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to keep doing that now that your mom's gone too. Oh, what the fuck? What is it this trauma this child is going through? She's not gone. She's just missing? Sorry, I meant to say she went missing. She's gotta come back, Rolo. Of course she is. Okay, Dad. See you next time. I think I'm ready to get out of here. Sure, lead the way. I can mess with the dandelions! Okay.
Wonderful. I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book. That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed. Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
Right. This game is adorable, but it's already hit some emotional beats. It's not only been like 8 minutes, the fuck. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The whole reason I was looking for you. I was wondering if you'd ever get to that. I found the perfect way to start our summer. How's that?
Rolo looked to the side suspiciously.
Not here. They might be watching. They who? Shh, not so loud. We need to do this in a secure location. Mission control. Alright, I'll just have to tell Gran and then we can head out. What are you gonna tell her? I don't know, I'll think of something. It's all the same to you. I'll meet you at the welcome sign. Your Gran still kind of wigs me out. I don't do well with new people. She moved in like half a year ago. Just meet me at the sign when you're done. See yourself, won't be long. This is a game that's been on my radar for a while.
Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines.
Alright.
They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing.
What the fuck are these charms, Jumino?
Some of them can be found in this very house. Just some dusty knickknacks.
Way to incentivize the player to search the house. You monster.
Gran had already lit the fire.
Sounds like a fun use of time on Game Pass. I have been playing a lot of the game Palworld
As
recently.
if by grandmotherly obligation.
Just because a buddy of mine bought it for me, so might as well. And I've had fun with it. Alright, every kid's done that at some point, just
One of his father's
physically
old stethoscopes.
sliding off of a piece of furniture.
Luca had spent countless hours listening to anything and everything with it. Not for years, though.
The father was a doctor.
Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric. Luca paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet. Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when she moved in. Some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said. sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air.
Alright, we're definitely in the northern hemisphere then.
Gran's moving in meant that most of Luca's things had been crammed in the corner. Luca was somewhat annoyed by the situation. Gran's bed was undisturbed. Luca didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night.
This game really is a storybook. And that's okay.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch.
Alright.
A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
That sounds like an average junk drawer. Scissors, broken can opener, empty bottle of glue, and some loose string. I got a junk badge. Okay, yep.
An array of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with the day of the week. Oh my, this is quite exciting. I am now certain that you are the one I've been waiting for all these years. You'll recall I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic.
What is this narrator?
You are about to encounter your first turning point. There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word. Step forth, dear reader. A beginner's guide to gardening laid open on the bench.
Ah yes, beginner's guide. This don't look like beginner's work here, Gran. Hey, Gran. Man, hang out with Rolo for the day. See you later. Hold up now. Where are you, Rolo, headed at exactly? Oh, no, we're special.
The less Gran knew, the better for everyone involved.
Okay, so this is... Okay. Ponder.
Just gonna go ponder for the day.
Oh, really? What are you always going to ponder on such a lovely day exactly?
This was Luca's chance to sell his alibi.
You know, big stuff, small stuff, medium, mostly medium pondering.
Nailed it.
Well, make sure you don't overburden yourself. Preponderance of pondering. Huh? Oh, forget it. Off with you now.
Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess. That is the power of charms. A single word can change everything. I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle. The Chronicle is a record of the decisions you've made.
This game has a branching path in the shape of a tree. I'm already
You can see the
Alright.
turning point, which has been revealed.
Alright.
At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches. Luckily for us, this is the one and only turning point where the charms won't dramatically alter fate. It's the perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things.
Yeah, but I'm almost done.
chill.
We were just gonna go
Come on.
chill for the day.
And with the fire.
Who is the narrator?
The best lies are built on truth.
And a bit.
I'll make sure I'm done chilling in time for supper.
A sturdy old wheelbarrow.
Alright, no notes on the wheelbarrow. Oh, and Luca. You're, stay out of trouble. I know, I know.
Dropped all items and equipment. I didn't drop shit though. That was the fucking ammo I used trying to kill it.
Oh, good to know I'm gonna destroy the water bill of this home. Woo! Dang it, Rello.
For a town that saw few visitors, the welcome was perhaps more grand than necessary.
You don't say. You know the drill. Don't let anyone discover our secret path.
Chapter 2. Welcome to Beacon Pines.
Yes.
For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost. It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established.
I try to come by as often as I can to fix
Alright.
Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered until the foul harvest and his sudden death. In the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by.
Hey, Mr. Kerr. Hey there, pal. God, you're a creepy motherfucker.
William Kerr was the CEO of Perennial Harvest Company. He had become a fixture around town over the past few years. After the failing of Valentine fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment.
Excited for the big festival? Sure. Come on now, when I was your age, there was nothing more exciting than a town festival. The food, the music, the dancing. Sounds pretty alright. You're gosh dang right it is. I'm looking forward to letting off some steam myself. Make sure to invite all your little friends. I couldn't keep her all away if I tried. Excellent. Sorry, Luca, I've got... Alright, you're a weird one. Sorry, young Master Van Horn, can't talk now. Very busy with preparations.
Mayor Augustus Valentine was not busy.
Oh, sorry, Gus. How many times do I?
Yeah.
It's Mayor Val...
Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
Keep up the good work. I must briefly attend to a concerned citizen. Huh? There's nothing, keep at. Alright, what can Mayor of Beacon Pines do for you today? Oh. I was just saying hi, I guess. Well, good day to you, young Mr. Van Horn. Mr. Van Horn, do you have a moment? Is that a red panda? It's just Luca. Golly, I'm sorry. It's my first week here at Perennial
He
Harvest.
pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard.
Wonderful. It won't happen again. If we're going to be on a first name basis, call me Pete. Oh, nice to meet you, Pete. Sorry, what are you writing? Oh, just documenting. Gosh, it's exciting to be part of something so darn special. You know, it's not just about new fountains and phone booths. We're gonna change the world. It all starts here in Beacon Pines. Isn't that amazing? Uh-huh. I'd better get... Oh, that reminds me. We'd love to hear your thoughts. My thoughts? You bet. If we're gonna change this town, we need to get every detail right. That sounds intense. Change the world is intense. So what'd you say? Could you answer a few questions? I guess if it's quick. Wonderful. I was answering a few quick questions. One dance. See what's that hard? Okay. We're going already. Question 2. What is something you love about Beacon Pines? I never really thought about it before. Perfect. It's the only place I've lived. See? It wasn't too painful.
Stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
Was it? Guess not. Huzzah! My first 3 questions answered in record time. Are you literally writing down everything? Thank you so much for your time. I need to process these answers. You can save the rest of your thoughts for later. Okay. Our harvest awaits. Alright, that was a weird man. Come on, Andy, grab his wallet. Sorry, I can't. Do it or we pound you. Yep. But my mom said... Yeah, but... If I had a nickel for every yeah, but... I'd be a freaking king of nickels. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. Alright. Hey, Mrs. Sinclair.
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was. A tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Sinclair. Bah! Don't you see me sleeping, boy? I was napping today. Crummy as always. Used to have a perfectly nice view from here. Till Perennial Harvest put the monstrosity of ability in the way. Why didn't you just move your chair a bit? Why should I be the one who moves? If it's a showdown I want, I'm gonna be the one who blinks.
3:18.
Alright.
Looking at the jitters, Jesus Christ. I'm getting a lot.
Hey, Judson. Is the line playing any tunes today? No bites this morning, I'm afraid. Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I reeled one in. But hey, it's never about the catch. This is where I come to think. Yeah, that's what my dad used to do here. That reminds me. If you ever want his chair back, I've taken to standing recently. Keeps me from falling asleep at the reel. If you don't mind, I think it should stay. Not at all. The chair makes for a great listener.
Whenever Luca saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown.
Oh, I got a flashback.
Yeah, it's just,
Am I
it's
a
something different.
jackalope? What the fuck am I?
Mine are getting probably
Go pick out your bait from Tackle Buckaroo.
Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait. Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring? Luca tied a shoe. What fish could resist it?
All right. Okay. So I have to hold down the A. Got it.
Luca tied a shoe. What fish could resist?
This game is effectively a perfect game. It has fishing. Oh.
Luca tied
I was
a shoe.
not
What fish
expecting a
could resist-
full-blown fishing mechanic. This is actually kind of hilarious.
Where am I? Please, I just want to leave. I'm lost in the tunnels. The jitter is that bad. It's not from yours. It's not from you. It's from me. Yeah, it's.
I got me a
Oh,
shoe.
it does. 632 foot.
Alright,
It's
say.
jumping between 400 and like 700 milliseconds. So I'm literally being throttled right now like a mower.
Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook.
It's not
Good for
necessarily,
skimming
but
the surface.
sometimes it just gets to be terrible and I can't do anything. Oh my god, I was at the end. What the fuck?
Oh, I was switched. It's your old rubber ducky. We're just about a little drone ball of fur when you lost that. Cried for days. Told you it'd turn up.
Luca tied a shoe. What fish could resist?
Maybe lick me up. Oh my god.
Perfect game.
Let
Always has a fishing mechanic. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. Just gonna have to leave it as is for now. I'll have to come back when he's done. What is the raid? Oh. Rip. Flat.
The boys had a good thing going. As long as they kept old Jeff happy, they had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse. After Luca's father had passed, Rollo became obsessed with them building their own Hank atomic star scraper. It was some time before Luca realized it was Rollo's way of keeping him occupied. On certain nights, when the clouds were just right, the boys could tune into strange patterns of static. Rollo thinks it's aliens. He always thinks it's aliens.
Aliens. Oh.
Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness. Luca looked up at the satellite dish. Rollo nearly killed himself putting that up into the tree. While it didn't turn the radio into an interstellar communicator, as he'd hoped, it did at least boost the signal enough to overhear truckers one town over.
That's kind of neat. Okay. What's this top secret plan to start our summer? So you know the abandoned warehouse by my place? The old Valentine building? Yeah, well, it isn't abandoned. What makes you think that? Get this. Last night, it was glowing. Glowing. Are you sure?
What is that?
Kinda. That place has been empty since the foul harvest. Yeah. Who'd even want to poke around that place? We would, Rolo. We would. Wait. It's just a busted old warehouse. I just meant we could do some research at the library. You want to actually go to the warehouse? What do you expect to find? Answers. My mom's out there somewhere, and it seems like everyone wants to pretend that she's gone for good. You don't have to come, Rolo, if you don't want to. Luca, remember that time I sort of accidentally burned down the chicken coop? How do you sort of accidentally burn down a chicken coop? I'm sorry? Also, this is a world... Did this person commit arson on someone's house? Because these are animal people. Unless birds don't have rights. I have only seen mammals so far, so that's possible. This is a flaming chicken coop sort of deal. I've got your back. Thanks, Rolo. Now I think about it. Poking out a decrepit fertilizer warehouse is exactly how I want to spend the first day of my summer. Let's go! Bro, calm the fuck down. Alright, be cool and lean on the bridge. I guess. Bro, you winded already? I was just catching my breath a bit. Oh, I'll catch up. Cardio, my dude. Hey, Mrs. Nelson. Morning, Luca. Any big plans for summer? Oh, really? Heard anything about the old fertilizer warehouse? Any strange happenings? Can't say I have. Either way, a dusty old warehouse is no place for a young boy. You be safe now.
Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
Two wandered down the wooded path, unaware of the danger ahead. Oh. Oh, this is getting good.
Holden Wilder ran the local paper of record, the Beacon.
That's a hell of a name for a newspaper. Hey, Mr. Wilder. Morning, Luca. What's the day I have in store for you? I was wondering if you heard any news about... News? Beacon knows the news that needs knowing. Any news about the old fertilizer house? Nope. Oh. Well, I thought you saw some lights there last night. We're allowed to be careful poking around that part of town. The winds of change are blowing. And change is a dangerous animal. Last Chance Diner. What are you looking for? Alright, let's see how that went. Luca, just the fellow I was looking for. Hey, Roxy, what's up?
Oh, right. Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point.
Why?
First time where your charms will change the course of fate.
Okay.
Currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling.
Thanks, narrator.
Where were we?
Have you seen my blockhead brother today? He skipped out before breakfast. Well, not really, no. Can't say I have. Can't say or won't say. Roxy, would I lie to you? Look, right up my house, I have to tell you. Roxy, why are you looking around here? This is one of our favorite places to stand around and be useless. Oh, fuck. That's brutal. Oh. So we need to make sure she doesn't spot us. Oh. Why are you doing that turning thing with your body? What are you... Well, you're not scared, are you? She's harmless. And a chump. And she's right around that corner, isn't she? Don't mind me, just over here, lurking uselessly. Oh, hey, sis. Nice weather out there. I can't notice you snuck out this morning before breakfast. Wasn't hungry. Also, I couldn't help notice your morning chores were left unchored. Roxy, I'm gonna level with you. I'm sick and tired of digging up carrots. We all gotta pick up the slack since the foul harvest. Almost every carrot I dig up is rotten. And the rest look like they were hit with Hank's atomic shrink-o-ray. All of them are reason to keep digging. There's gotta be more to life than puny carrots. Look, Roxy, looking at places to be, so if you don't mind. Oh, I do mind. I'm not gonna catch hell because of you. So either you march yourself home and harvest carrots, or I'll haul you home myself.
Rolo froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles.
Sister's about to unleash an
He had
ass
one
whooping.
chance to save his friend from being dragged home.
Was to be a little chill.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
Come on, Roxy. It's the first day of summer. The sun's shining, and we just want to take it easy. Did I just fucking lead on the wall? God damn it. Let's leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow. That's great and all, but Rolo's problems have a way of becoming my problems. And Paul always says tomorrow's work is the best left for yesterday. March, you big oaf. Oh, rats. I expect a full report. A full report! I do find it funny that this squirrel just watched that entire shit go down.
Oh, come on.
What the fuck is wrong with her face? I'm sorry, I'm getting uncanny valley from how her mouth is drawn. I think that's the right term for phrase there. What are you up to this lovely day?
Come on, Gable, don't do that.
Nope. Cool, cool, cool.
Oh, shit.
This guy is just trying to fucking his. Oh, jeez.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Indulgence. Hey, Solomon. Apologies, no time for chit chat. Looks like the array isn't open yet. I'll check back later.
Oh my god, really?
Luca, my boy. Hold up a
You have to
tick.
kill me.
Oh, hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I was just on my way to. I just sold the last jar of your grandmother's preserves. I can't stock the shelves fast enough, turns out. That's great, but I'm actually... I guess Juniper will have to swing by with more of her lovely jam. Uh-huh. Oh, don't let this old man slow you down. Just remind her that she still owes me that
A
dance.
promise Gran regretted the second it was made.
Will do. She's a fine woman, that Juniper. Yeah, she's pretty cool, I guess.
I'm literally
A real fine woman. Gotta go. Sweeter than any jam on earth. I don't want to know what you do with that jam. I feel like you're not selling it. Oh, hey Luca. Hey Joey. How's the bug hunt going? Not great. Bugs have been shy this week. Bugs get shy? Oh sure, bugs aren't that different people.
I had to let it kill me because I was going to. I got it low enough to where I was comfortable enough trying to throw
No
it.
bug hunting got it.
I tried to pull up the ball, it pulled up nothing. So I just
The
literally
path
pulled
led
back,
into a
fell
small
back,
hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
from it, and I nearly
Okay, no turning back now.
wasted on it.
Caution, electrified fence. Does that sound new?
The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz.
Okay, so what would Rollo do if he was here?
Luca often asked himself what Rollo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
I'm definitely not touching that thing.
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off. 2 bulbs remained.
Oh. That's
One
2.
more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence.
Perfect. Okay, moment of truth.
Every kid in town knew the old Valentine Fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life.
Okay, so Rollo wasn't exaggerating for once. What's going on here?
There was only one way to find out.
Wow, that smells awful. Too bad Rollo's not here. He'd have no problem poking around in there.
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid. The water looked almost diseased. It flowed slowly into the woods.
Is chemical dumping afoot?
Luca
Locked.
thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better.
A zipper?
The
Footsteps.
sound of footsteps grew louder.
Hello? Oh, shit.
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light.
Well, this just took a serious turn. This is a story about change.
This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself. But change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end?
I'm sorry?
I probably probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy, but don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different.
Alright, time to tell the sister shit.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
Make a break for it. What have you done? Did that little shit just kick me? Well, you want little twerps? Yeah, I come home eventually. Sorry about that. Although I can get overexcited sometimes.
Solomon Valentine. Current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune. Huffed as he brushed off his pants.
A town of complete and utter fools. One wonders if it's worth taking anything here seriously. Either way, I'm really sorry. No matter how are you doing? Eh? Yes, with all that business about your mother and whatnot. Man, this guy just cuts straight to the root of the problem. It's not word from at all. No. That's really a shame. Yeah. And how's that going? We mostly stay out of each other's way. Make it sound like she's rarely at home. It's not like that. She just has a lot to do. She's still settling in and trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Indeed. Well, count your blessings. It's better to have a caretaker who's rarely around, in lieu of one who tries to compensate by smothering you with attention. That doesn't sound so bad. Trust me when I say it's best to rely on yourself. Family has a way of creating more problems than they solve.
Solomon trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
Speak of the devil. Do not wander off like that. I'm much too busy to be looking all over for you. Apologies, heiress. I was just taking a stroll through town. Strolls are for commoners. Man, and with that one sentence, I kind of want you to get hit by a runaway train. You're a Valentine now. I want you to be present for the construction of the History Museum. The future of this town relies on the ability to remember our family's great past. Of course. Boy's got too much of his father in him. That's ominous. Oh, I thought... I win! Little help. I am the champion! We were racing? Did that road get longer? Like anything ever changes around here. It seemed longer. You're just lightheaded from the run. You really need to pace yourself better next time. Not sure why I would take advice from second place. Has that sign always been there? Wait, what? Caution, electrified fence. Nope, that's definitely new. Creepy. How are we gonna get around an electric fence? Don't worry, I got this. Why did you do that? You figure out what the plan was when you're done. Great, what now? Well, I did my part of establishing that touching the fence is bad. I'm sure you can handle it from here. I'll supervise. From a safe distance. Oh, hey, I knocked out 2 at once. Hell yeah. You never fail to impress.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce excitedly.
Check it out. Dang, Rollo, you weren't exaggerating for once. Was there ever any doubt? This definitely needs investigating. Good thing 2 ace detectives are on the case. This is bizarre. This is awesome. Did you feel that? What, the excitement in the air? You bet your butt I did. Check out this puddle. That's not normal. And this hose. Oh man, door's locked. Try harder. No dice, won't budge. Oh well. This dumpster is new, right? But it's got stuff in it. I can really see what's in here. Who did all this? My nose is itching. I think I smell some treasure. Are you sure that isn't the hazardous waste? Just help me get in. Rollo, it'd be my honor to throw you in the trash. Get in the trash! Come on, Lady Luck. So, what's in there? Let's see. A squishy bag of squish. Wow. A good inch of stagnant sludge. Your natural habitat. Wait, hold the phone. Hold 2 phones. Check these bad boys out. Are those walkie-talkies? Just like Hank Atomic communicators. Do these actually work? Ground command to Hank Atomic, Hank, humor me. How are your battery at, Hank? It's getting a little stuffy in here. Pressing assistance 3 back. Help is on the way. What was that? Someone's coming. Give me a hand. Screw from coming in. Tell me you saw that. Dude, I don't know what I saw. He's coming back. Get down.
The boy sat petrified under the weight of the bag.
Oh God, tell me that's not what I think it is. Luca, do you know what separates run-of-the-mill detectives from ace detectives? A ridiculous hat? When the chips are down, ace detectives dig deeper for
Rollo
clues.
felt around at the large sack which burdened them.
Aha!
Snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
Some sort of badge or something. What does it
Luca
say?
held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Dr. Prescott, Deep Engineering. It's a name tag. Would throw a bag full of slimy old name tags. Oh, youthful ignorance. I think it's just one name tag and a bag full of something else. Okay. I think we should make a break for it. Stay calm, there's no time to panic. I'm not panicking! You're panicking! Rolo, calm down. You don't have to squeeze my hand so hard. Dude, I'm not holding your hand. Quit messing around. What other slime covered hand would be in here? Ah! Ah, yes. Trauma. That is just pure trauma for this child. That is a hand. I'm beginning to see the benefits of your Run for Our Lives plan. Right, we've clearly established that I'm faster than you, so I'll go first. Why not go together? Flaming chicken coop, Luca. I'll make sure the coast is clear after I go count to 100. If you hear me, yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run. Actually, either way, haul ass. Well, I'll give you credit. You sure found an eventful way to start our summer. It's what I do. Well, here goes nothing.
Lucas sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rollo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rollo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe. Screw it, that's long enough. Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rollo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow. Chapter 3. Finding a friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So, what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, nothing interesting. Hello? Oh no. It's the Peanuts virus. The person on the phone sounds like nothing. Calm down. No. Of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering, folks. I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want me to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really, we just sort of ran around a bit.
Rand's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. You are to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstances are you to leave. What? If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here, understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Oh, and Luca, You left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. Well, that was strange. Question of what happened?
An eerie electronic sound echoed from Luca's bedroom.
Hello? Is anyone there? It's the walkie-talkie, ain't it? Hello? Rolo, is that you? Over?
Oh shit.
Alright.
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
Oh, time to go check the front door. Oh, hey, Roxy. Is this about me accidentally kicking you yesterday? Is Rolo here? No? Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rolo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rolo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late and we went home. Weepwood. If he's alive, I'm gonna kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything that he said?
His mouth felt dry.
Oh!
Oh, we were just messing around. Okay. And you gotta let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rolo. Where are you?
Very not good, not good.
Young Luca would spend hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for a chance to jump out and startle his mother. She always enjoyed humoring him by feigning terror.
Huh. I feel like that was the call to action for me to go to the library, but I'm gonna check the rest of the house again just to be certain. Alright. Okay. What's this way?
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring, a sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Alright then. Hey Bert. Have you seen Rolo? Nope. I've mostly been talking to clipboards. Sample a lot of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back.
Fucking. Literally just sitting there lost for a while. Trying to get back to fucking Brown Ferry.
Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. Oh, not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. Could have fooled me. Well, hey, it's no problemo. The important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So how about you start by telling me? Look, no offense, but I've got my own stuff to take care of. Oh, you choker. We're all part of this together. Let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. We need to get back to work. Yeah, well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. Why do I feel like that's commentary on my plight in this game? What's this about a missing child? I must stress that the situation is completely under control. It just all seems so terrible. And you're sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense, young Miss Carter. We'll turn up safe and sound. I am certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging. Oh my, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We're just telling our daughter Beck that. Now where did she run off to? Okay, I love the design of this small bat child. I wonder if it's connected. Connected to what? I was checking in on reports of increased activity around town. What sort of activity? Windowless trucks, mechanical noise, strange lights. Your typical shady stuff. Who would be doing all that and why? Well, I have a few leads. Valentine family is always suspicious. Perennial Harvest certainly has the resources. Do you have any idea where Rolo could be? Best place to start looking is where the trail went cold. Where did you last see him? We were in Weepwood, right by the Valentine's fertilizer. I'll check out Weepwood when my shift ends. I do my best work at night. Hey Griffin, has Rilla been by? Haven't seen him all day. I'm sure he'll show up safe and sound. When he does, tell him there's a strawberry chocolate double scoop waiting for him on the house. He'll like that. History Museum. It's laughable, really. Did you happen to see Rilla in there? No, just the shadow of a family. Clinging to a town, clinging to the past. Feel free to check for yourself. But don't you expect to have your mind blown. Oh, it's a movie.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine. Young Sharper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Remembrance Fund.
I feel like this town's going through the equivalent of the Great Potato Famine. Unhelpful.
Jeff's Hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing. There were rarely any actual new additions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading.
Oh, fuck.
Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Ahem. Ah, there is a bird. Good book? No, just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live on underground tunnels? Or that if there are two queens in a hive, they'll fight to the death for supremacy? That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rolo around, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Was the bee pun really necessary? Hey, Jace. Hey, Luca. Did Rolo come by? Nope. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when a new issue drops. Rolo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh, Roger. That's Space Cadet.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis. Mycological Phosphorescence. The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
That sounds like a bias.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
A salad-centric travel guide. Okay.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries.
Why the alliteration?
Luca brushed brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible. A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time. By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Ah, yes, an autobiography where you claim to be one of the best acting minds of a generation. Wonderful. Oh. What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh yeah, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No. What's your name? Luca Van Horn. You new here? Yep, not my choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
Look at my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So, I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep, well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kind of like me and Rollo. I guess Rollo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. Person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. Name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. Suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. Woo! So have you seen Rollo around? Who's to say? I'm no beatologist. Just keep an eye out for him, would you? Of course.
Luca
Bees!
Up at the beehive, it appeared to be deserted.
That's strange.
The Valentine Mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally. After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
Alright. Guess I'm heading into the woods. Oh. Dang, they bore up the way in.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid.
Well, this is,
The
ominous.
nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I have no idea what this stuff is. Well, next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick?
Watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo.
The true scientific method of children all over the world. Don't know what something is? Poke it with a stick.
Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
Oh. What the? Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So the science tells us this skunk is weird as hell. Yeah. Seems dangerous. Hey Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Yep. I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Aw, don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. She looks fine to me. Hello. I don't think we have been properly introduced. Iggy's name is my compatriot Tish. Yep. You've probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll agree with you this once, on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true. They got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. First his pops croaked, then his mom finally gonna take him and burned.
Iggy
Oh.
took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city. But a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Well, time to bust out the...
Well, time to bust out the strange. Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
Weird when people don't talk. Yep. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense. Wackadoo's traveling packs, huh?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach. Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze. Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get.
I don't feel so good. Oh, fuck! Oh. Oh, fuck. Shit. That was intense. It's be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
The warehouse, this strange ooze, and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We had to find Rollo. Took the words out of my mouth. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Book sold. You startled me. What Dickens are you doing in this part of town? We're just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news? Rollo shut up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's funny, really. Got a little turn around in the woods. It can be disorienting, you know. Starting to get that impression. That's a relief. Yeah, Come on, Beck. Can't wait to introduce you to Rillo. Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home, I guess. Beck, your folks might be worried too. I'll walk you home. I had to talk to Nellie about work anyways.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
Guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rillo tomorrow. Sure. Glad he's okay.
Rollo was safe.
That feels like a red
A
herring.
wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? Gran? I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. Just help looking for Rillo. Turns out Rillo's safe and sound.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. That's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess.
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice, but I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. "Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right."
What?
Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand."
What is this game's narrative?
"Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run." The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. That's the thing about fishing, Luca. His chest began to crystallize. You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out. A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet.
God, this is one hell of a waking nightmare.
"Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Hello?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca. Luca. There. Listen. I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down there.
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. Wait. The man in the hazmat suit? It was... Took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in... For now, at least. Kerr? No. Trust... He's... Hold on. Someone's coming.
Went silent.
Hello? Well, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response. His pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. It's getting worse. I can barely
Rollo's
hear
voice
you.
began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. You need to... The treehouse. The treehouse.
The signal died for good.
What's he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna! Hello, you're a
Luca
genius.
grasped the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse. Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly while that danger persists. Haram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Eris Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How's Luca holding up? He's fine. We didn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all this is for. You have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Yeah.
Good. We'll convene at the festival.
Yeah, I can't.
Fucking Christ.
Probably. No, it might be something else.
Okay.
My roommate's screaming some fucking loud.
You scared me. How long have you been there? A few minutes. Alright, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your grand enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seemed organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your grand been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She's got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiriam Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified, or both. Look, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? Nah, I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See you, Luca. Fucking Christ. Creepy ass bat child.
Alright.
Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough. Just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
Two boys shared a mischievous grin.
I can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Hello, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rolo. Spirit said you were alright. What happened out there? Dang it, Rolo, where are you? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
We got weapons in here. They're coming out right now.
To hear as a muffled voice began. Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? Because I don't recognize myself
Luca stared
anymore.
at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice.
Is this the kid that went to the sludge?
The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
Oh, yeah. She's wearing my coat.
Luca
Iggy.
reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger. Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
Jesus fuck. Okay, this is some Silence of the Lambs shit right here. Maybe all of them. And yeah, you're right. They're saying the same stuff, but with a creepy knob cranked to 10.
Iggy slumped to his knee. Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rolo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face. smile faltered.
I should pop down there so we can have chat face to face. You think this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat? And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the.
What did you do to Rolo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luco. Only a teeny tiny fib I told you that he was at home. He is resting, and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite a pickle, and I'm the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
That is the only option I have in this scenario. I'm sure there's other patches that I can bring back to this instance.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Well, sends his regards. Well, shit. What a shame it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And
With
this.
a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Yeah, I can understand that. You're good.
Oh, there's a new option here. Let's struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile. He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3.
Alright.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine.
The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. Said he wanted some more. I suspect as much. Yes, he seems to have taken an interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fratelli and Tulliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now. Holiday's still young.
And zero.
Okay. Sorry, yesterday Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it'd be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rolo. I gotta deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Ooh. Is it a whole thing? Sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Maybe at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is you speak of. Maybe at mission control. Roger that, Space Cadet. You can tell those jerks. Doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up. I ain't moving. Mr. Nuncreed, Miss Vitale, and Mr. Tolver.
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune, had a way of making questions seem like demands. Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
Well, yes. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more interested in this town's future, rather than any one family in particular. And you know, change is dangerous. I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine. Give you the information this conversation is
Mr.
finished.
Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle. She leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is Gran not feeding you? She is, it's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See this picture over here? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute running around with your little apron taking orders. So it just breaks my heart what happened to Eleanor.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see here.
Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam. She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your grand hello from me, Luca. Will do.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Oh.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
Alright, he's been pretty busy these days. The sweet and stabby. Father always says, children are to be sails pulling a family ever forward. That doesn't sound very fun. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I always made time to have lunch together once a month. Is the mayor just the saddest man?
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back? Turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. Go Indy alone. Oh. So Lonnie is with I'm around. I can have my usual. Cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy chili. Here you are. Cold cuts with steaming hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. That's perfect, thank you. Hi, Roxy. Luca? I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rolo. What can I get you? Not really feeling like a burger. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Come right up. Chicken. Bacon. Here you are. I call it. Well, that's a heartwarming little scene. I have questions about the system of this world. Because animals are definitely eaten.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, Gran had some jam and I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. Just wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes. The jam! Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me!
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post-haste. Okay. I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
Leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. What? That's a fun little thing to do with a watermelon. Game gives you a giant ass watermelon with a no touching sign on it. If you interact with it, you just smack the fucker. It's great. This game is charming as hell.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement. Nuncreed snatched the basket from Luca.
Hey you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple? Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? I never tell you to ask too many questions. Just try to keep up, okay? What just happened? Well. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep. We just hit it off. Oh, really? Look at this. His favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. And what's your new friend's
Beth
name?
locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Beck told me all about you. Feels like we've known each other for years. So, you both can stop obsessing over making friends. Oh, darling, we've never doubted you. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for celebration.
Now,
Luca, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Oh, another coincidence. I actually already asked him, and he said he would love to.
being held
It's
above
just
marauding pirates?
wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You don't get into too much trouble now. I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome? Oh, you won. My mums are great and all, but they can be a bit much. Our house is a little cottage next to the big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me at a big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to square one with the whole friend gift. Great, see you there.
The intrusive box of one.
Nope. Well, guess I'm hanging out with Beck. Which I'm okay with, because Beck is a cool character. Good morning, Jeff. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival's coming up. Festival. Old Man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, Perennial Harvest's putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, they're between the old Valentine Company and the new Perennial Harvest
Jeff
outfit.
dug through his pockets for a bit.
There's between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Why do you have an old brown banana in your pocket, good sir? I'm leaving now.
Kato motioned to the book in front of him.
Chase, no spoilers. Sorry.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty, only one binding was clean of cellular biology.
Yeah.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
So, who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? Sounds like the one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing. I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Oh, really? The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring. Pretty much. What a waste. Mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the Foul Harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this Foul Harvest thing. And you all use the same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me that Harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Most kids would have just ditched me at this point. Why are you still here? You could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great, whatever. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing. This is the operation.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even.
Alright.
But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
Yeah, I live with my grandma over on the other side of the river. It's alright. Dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Okay. Luca. This is a nice family dinner, and your ass just outright went, yeah, my father died in a fertilizer accident. Reminds me of my great something grandfather who died to a harvester. True fact. Like, missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Now we'd have put some more effort into the
Ilona
dinner.
nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that this is and it's your favorite. I'm sorry, we skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Back! I'm sorry, Luca. This move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
Oh, it's fine. Meg said you moved here for work.
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under his heel.
You know what? That's a fair response. I mean, what about you being buds?
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath. Beck slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended. Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected.
Like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was. Yeah, all eggs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Ooh.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure, you can meet Rollo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd tell him
Luca
about...
stopped himself mid-sentence.
What? Spit out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay. Here comes the trios. I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
There's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place. It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this is all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's the change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all
The
this?
mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Family.
A chill ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night. Chapter 5.
What the fuck is the grandma on?
What big ears you have.
A Little Red Riding Hood quote. Alright.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of the old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out from there. Lead the way. Last time, there's nothing to worry about.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Want me to try minding your P's and
Mr.
Q's?
Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of.
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
Both looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
God, those clipboards are creepy motherfuckers. Next time someone you don't know asks you to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop and a kisser. Oh, Grant tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good. That's good. Your Grant is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you better roll on home. Too dark out here to be wandering on your own. Well, I'm not alone. I have a new friend. Beck. Who Are you prepared to live with the truth? Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. You notice how the parent of our hoax order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam? Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. Can't wait. Okay. I'm going to pause for just a moment to run to the bathroom. I will be right back. Alright, and we are back.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's coming together quite nicely. Could have done without
The
you.
mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. Auntie, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she's been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? No, that's not at all. She's been busy. Of course. Alice, I'd be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks to her. This museum adds a real air of importance to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. A darn tune he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family, present company included. Hey, so Mr. Kerr, call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all this? Gosh, I've never felt one need to compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival, all of this. There's gotta be hundreds of down on our luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it will grow into something truly special. You see potential here. Undoubtedly. The seeds of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So, what's your buddy Rollo like? Rollo is... Rollo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's trying not to be. Things have been tough for his family since Foul Harvest. It's about damn time you tell me about this Foul Harvest thing is. It's kind of like, sorry. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, big fertilizer. It was a big deal for us. Their stuff really works. Farmers loved it. So, Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm seeing a big butt. 6 years ago, died suddenly, and something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, or air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The Foul Harvest. Yep. Valentine's firstly went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. Next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rollo's farm got short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub and put us up in a hotel as the one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. It'd better get going.
Luca tied a small magnet to the line, fishing with the law of attraction.
A key.
Luca wrapped some tape around the hook. Hey, you never know.
We regret to inform you that your application for property rights with respect to Beacon Pines CBD and surrounding area has been rejected. What is that for? Application. Applicant Valentine Estate. Good. Good.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Doot 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 doot. Fishing minigames. It's a message in a bottle. Never mind, it's whiskey. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like this lying around. Who's a new kid? Name is Beck. You must be Rollo. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, look, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Always. You guys get all this junk in the first place. This guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet secure, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are you sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay. Promise to fill me on what about it.
Luca sucked in a long...
Yeah. It could have been a woman. How'd you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. And they let go of me. I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you're freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On the way here, Beck and I saw Eris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing in Valentine Warehouse. Strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Eris Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kinda awesome. Beck, I love you, but no.
Rollo and Luca shot
This
back.
shit is not okay. No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, I couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask and got away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since you moved in. Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
Just saying. A lot of strange stuff's been happening since you showed up. You couldn't say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your Gran's hiding something. And Pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate our house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. Yeah, I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. We're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear. Yep, whatever she's been doing this week has been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room. Rollo flung open the cabinet. He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what you're looking for. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Trap. I may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere your Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice. Locked. Well, well.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted and turned toward the kitchen.
Alright, Rollo. It's your time to shine.
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this is my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining, hold still.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, this was anticlimactic. Yeah. Like, oh hey. They yanked this random teacup in.
Pulled on one of the teacups. It slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Okay. Secret doorway, sure. What the fuck? What do we have here? Caution explosive. And jam jars. That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gram making? She wouldn't have me going around town delivering bombs, right? One way to find out.
Casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries,
He smacked his lips.
a hint of brown sugar, and ink. What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha.
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Miss Fratelli. A grand jamgram. Says, last night I used the disguise Harris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. They're doing a heist. Whatever it is, it can't be good. So, more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're in here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bag choke guy right here.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
I think I should read some of it. One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. Best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. And cheeseburgers. By all means,
He
proceed.
stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle. Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the
Yeah,
page.
sorry.
Rollo scanned through several more pages. Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be
Luca
more.
frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled
Go. I think that's the only one. Salvaggio, see? What did he mean by enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? 'Cause I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she has just tracking the movements of everyone in town out of the kindness of her heart. She put a little symbol by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuglet has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark. That's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next target. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's a pathway drawn on it.
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger. He jabbed down at the end point.
No, that doesn't look like a treasure to me. The end path on the map is the same symbol as the explosives here. So it's not hiding treasure. Real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about the last month? The festival? Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was that? No, I heard it too. That's the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
The suspense.
Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence. A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
Three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
Yoo-hoo. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Just here to help. Just
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting.
huh. Guess it's
Rolo
nothing.
shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched. It was too late. Rolo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward.
Lemon chicken chop coop.
With all his weight, Rolo tackled the man to the ground.
Rolo. Mr. Creepy Man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there's only one way to find out. That was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that
Luca
person?
scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
Sure clubbed him good, Rolo. Knocked him out
As
cold.
Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rolo both gasped in stereo. Chapter 7.
Congratulations, kids. You just knocked out an old man who was just checking in on
The
his...
interrogation of
friend?
Hiram Tolliver.
That is,
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run a classic good cop, blank cop. I can only pick chill in this situation. I'm suddenly getting flashbacks of, I think it's a Marvel comic, where I think it's a branch off the X-Men IP, where it's a bunch of kids realize their parents are fucking supervillains. I think it's Marvel.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation. Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits. He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
This is all a big mistake. Look at what's going on here. Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault really, Rolo. Just got a little startled. Rolo's here.
Rolo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. Kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Beck glanced over to Rolo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Oliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my grand up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust
Mr.
you?
Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your grand moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board of names of people in town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient
Luca
notes,
gestured to the corner.
barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. Just need to untie me. You kids deserve an
Luca
explanation.
looked again to Rolo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. All makes sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. Very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
The past must be brought
He
to
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
Just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. It's your own good. You could just keep tied down there and let the adults
They
handle this.
looked bewildered at each other.
Very cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
A beginner's guide to hostile interrogation. I now am realizing what might be a very elaborate joke on the game devs part. The branching tree narrative is on page 69. I feel like that was just a joke on the devs part, but all I have to say to that is nice. Bad joke, bad joke. Alright, I have one route I can... oh, no. I can go tickle. Fuck it, let's go tickle. Time to bust out the tickles.
Well, time to bust out the tickles. Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms. Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter. Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough. Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered. Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Oh no. This is the line where Beck gets fucked up.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Oh god.
Chapter 4. The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern. Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching. Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused. looking straight through Luca. In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down. Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca. Roxy drew herself up. Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca. Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
What else should I have?
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up. Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it really. Thing's a waste of money if you ask me. Anyone from below? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? Well, was it? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy, there's something you know. Something that could help your friend. You need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
A shame behind those
There was
eyes.
a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help. Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing. Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first we were looking around, then someone in strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. Scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you go scrolling around some this. But it wasn't garbage, I think. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there's a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said
A
that.
deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep
Luca
you safe.
attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close to being done with this?
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands
The door
now.
latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end. Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
This game is positively wonderful.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the
Should we make it home before the storm kicks
Luca
off?
surveyed the roiling clouds. At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential
Care to recalculate those odds? Luca, Nelly will keep trying to reach her gran on the phone. Anytime, you hold tight. Most stuff's in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is this? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I
Becky
know.
looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Oh wow. Hello. I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this. In a moment I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech
Luca
overcompensation.
flicked at one of the toggles.
I can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But right here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime. He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker, all fairway condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poker, huh? Oh, sorry. Is this from your school? Most everyone, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards, some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you care enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. You look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
Fuck. I know the feeling. How to deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? Oh no. Something. Register our complaints with the storm. Damn miserable universe. Stop jerking around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells it's me alright. That things are gonna change.
Let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Let me try. Movie sucks. I hate it. I hate it that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere?
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. Should head out before the rain starts it again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca? Don't let the others jerk
Beck
around.
gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Alright then. Lavish, Incendiary, and Pungent were the last ones I got. Wonder where I can use those. Still reading that fucking book. Okay. He is a creepy motherfucker.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing. Rollo scoffed. Lucas stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much. Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance. Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger. The words hung in the cold night air.
Oh, fuck. That was a line of dialogue that actually hit a really, personal point with me. Fuck. Like, that was a legit fight I had with a friend as a kid. Fucking Christ. Holy shit. Who gave this game to have actual punches to it?
Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line, but it was too late.
Fuck.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Oh, that just makes me feel bad.
Gran cooed gently from the hallway. Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing. Luca dozed off.
Oh.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation. The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway. Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit, figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves?
Oh,
He bent down
Jesus.
to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him, older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Oh dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. I sit there and listen a bit. What even Rolo thought about doesn't matter. But he...
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is, that's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But you said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. Did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Now, get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't
Luca
it?
gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. He's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with a corn dog. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Okay. Let's go see the father. Will anything happen? Nope. Okay. Worth a shot. Oh.
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
The sisters are through. You needn't buy it. If you brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't. It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. Nothing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing this one for it. I'm doing him this one a favor. Now, I need one favor from you. Whatever's went down between you two, squash it. Isn't that just the treehouse? Never mind. Ah, library.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
Oh, it's a series of reveals. Fuck.
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing. Kato stared at Luca eagerly. Luca grabbed Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf. removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed: The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Oh, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Part of his entire Halloween candy stash. Let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word. He continued flipping. Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
To the snack hut.
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a
Oh, that's it.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the... Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip.
Oh, come
He shook
on.
off the bits of corn dog to read the slip. Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on. Let the kids have some fun. This
He
one.
waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task of friendship rings.
Rollo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Thanks. You didn't have to go all this trouble, but I'm sorry I got so mad. I apologize first. I'm sorry. So you're hanging out with someone else. Kind of freaked out. Rollo. So my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friends to help you, it meant I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, apologies. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could. Rollo handed Luca an unopened. Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran. Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
No, you really didn't have to go through all this trouble just to apologize.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary. Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse. It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
What?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together. For the rest of time. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Alright. It is late now. I'm gonna have to call the stream here. I'm honestly loving this game. I'm gonna have to finish this. Hopefully the next stream of this game isn't like 20 minutes because I've made decent headway, but it is what it is. Sure. Yeah, no. I'll send you all exiled. Haven't seen them in a minute. I hope you all have a nice night. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.